The Honest Thief should have also been called The Honest Thief.
Yeah.
And this should have been called The Marksman, which it was. So anyways, everybody, today we watched The Marksman. Aiden, what's the plot of The Marksman?
Liam Neeson plays old guy. He's named Jim Henson, like the Muppets guy for some reason.
Yeah.
And he's a rancher, and his wife's dead. And his life sucks. And his ranch is on the Mexican border, and he sees some illegals cross over. So he radios, he snitches, but then as he's snitching, the cartel shows up and starts blasting, and the mom gets killed, and with her dying breath, she's like, Liam Neeson, take my son to Chicago to live with his family. And then the cartel chases him down to try to kill him because Liam Neeson shoots one of the cartel members, and it turns out to be the cartel member leader guy's brother. And he wants revenge on Liam Neeson and the kid for some reason, because of the cartel money that they stole or something. And so it's a road trip to Chicago. It's like Sonic the Hedgehog, but Liam Neeson shoots a couple Mexicans. So Connor, what did you think of The Marksman?
The Marksman was, I was gonna say interesting. It's an uninteresting movie. Liam Neeson puts, you know what you're getting with him. It's a Liam Neeson.
It's the same movie as Honest Thief.
It's the same movie as all these. But Liam Neeson is kind of fallen into the Steven Seagal, Nicolas Cage camp of throw into really cheap generic action movie. But for some reason these Liam Neeson ones are coming to theaters and not getting sold to Netflix. And I think the reason is that Liam Neeson over Steven Seagal and Nicolas Cage, like, he kind of has that old people appeal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think Grandma would have a crush on Steven Seagal's weird looking ass. And Nicolas Cage is just weird as a person.
He's weird as a person and he acts weird in his movies.
You know, grandpas can fall into the role of Liam Neeson, and grandmas can swoon over the role of Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson plays a hardcore Republican American like he does in all these movies, despite him being fucking Irish.
He walks around with an American flag on his back.
Yeah, he literally
At the start of the movie.
There was a shot we thought about for the thumbnail. I doubt we'll be able to find it unless this movie's chilling on Pirate Bay, which I almost feel like it is. But it's like 10 minutes in, there's a fucking shot of Liam Neeson just like looking up at the sky, like holding an American flag in his hand.
Staring at the giant cross where his wife's ashes were spread.
Yeah, I'm like, you copy that, you put the fucking Marksman logo in the corner, you got it. But structurally this movie's a lot like a cheap western from the 60s. You have man who takes a little boy he needs to protect across the country.
Little racial boy.
Yeah, but instead of being on horseback, he's in a dirty old F-150 truck or Dodge, whatever the fuck. I don't know shit about pickup trucks. Dirty old rusty pickup truck. And then you have the cartel or the bandits in the old movies, but now it's the cartel chasing him down, and the cartel does evil stuff and they terrorize civilians. And then ultimately, Liam Neeson has to get in an Old West style shootout at a barn. This movie's very contrived because somehow the Mexicans managed to hack Liam Neeson's credit card, not to steal his funds.
Yeah, they somehow hack him, like his credit card
his
with
bank records somehow.
A dual monitor Windows 10 desktop.
Yeah, and they also managed to transfer it so they actually start getting phone notifications when Liam Neeson is
where he is.
It'll be like Liam Neeson spent money at Otto's Auto Shop, which is an actual auto shop he stops at in the movie. So they go there, and then they just follow him place to place, and it's like, oh no, they're the bandits. Then they hop back in their truck and they keep driving. They have 200 grand on them for most of the movie.
Yeah, that the mom stole from the cartel in U.S. dollars.
In U.S. dollars that they promised to Liam Neeson so that Liam Neeson can use that to buy his ranch so he can live where his wife's ashes were spread. But the Mexicans burned down his ranch. But Liam Neeson gets the $200,000 and continues to use his credit card as he's running across Chicago with the kid. And the credit card is the only reason they could track him. But it's like, if you're being tracked, why not use cash? Or the fact that, fuck it, you have 200 grand in cash on you. Why are you using your credit card? So they keep tracking him based on that. And they steal his road atlas, which tells him where that he's going, which, okay.
And he
but then Liam Neeson sees this and doesn't change his route. He just keeps going the same way.
He also doesn't change his car. He has 200 grand. There's one scene where the cartel guys are literally standing on a bridge for, like, God knows how long, like 12 hours, looking over the highway with binoculars, and they see him in his dirty old pickup truck. He has 200 grand in his car. Every time I drive up to Duluth, which is literally a 2-hour drive, I see like 15 cars sitting in a ditch that say like $1,500 cash. Like he could just stop anywhere and get a new car.
Well, the F-150's like beat the hell.
Untrackable.
He's beat the hell.
Because he eventually realizes to stop using his card. If he just switched cars, he'd be fine.
Right. Well, then Liam Neeson burns all the money for some reason.
Yeah, I have no fucking
He's like,
clue
him and the little boy start gleefully laughing and throwing the money into the fire, and it's like, maybe like after you've solved this whole cartel's trying to kill you problem, you can.
Yeah, they're like,
you're probably gonna need that money pretty soon.
The little 8-year-old boy is like,
I don't want money.
I don't want the blood money, and then they just burn it.
Yeah.
But like, why?
God knows, bro. The movie's shot kind of like a fucking, you know, it was shot cheap like The Honest Thief was. Very workman type directing.
Yeah.
It's overall not very exciting. It's just kind of like, feels like it was sort of just whipped together to exploit old people. And the thing is, like, I know, you know, probably won't do too bad because old people. I mean, I'm sure this. What could this movie possibly cost to make? $10 million at most. Sees?
Yeah, probably not much. There's nothing impressive that happens in the movie. The big finale of the movie is that, like, some shitty SUV flips 2 times.
Yeah.
And then Liam Neeson and the kid stand in a barn shooting Mexicans.
Yeah, that's a pretty amazing scene where Liam Neeson shoots the guy and then shoots the steering wheel, so the car like does like a fucking nine fucking consecutive flips. It's pretty crazy. Honestly, like, I feel like if you reworked the same script into a Western, it would have been slightly better, because you'd be like, okay, maybe the banditos are following their tracks instead of hacking the credit card from their Windows 10 computer in their, like, empty display house they're staying at. Their furnitureless, like, display house.
The most confusing aspect to me, thing I do not understand, throughout the movie, the main villain, the Mexican brother man who has a band-aid on his face because he got nicked by Liam Neeson or something, and it looks really stupid. There's like 5 scenes in this movie where he just like
statement like Nelly.
There's like 5 scenes in this movie where he just like stares at people like while they're hacking Liam Neeson's credit card. He walks over the window and stares at a little boy playing catch with his dad, and then when they're in some other place, he just stares at some people sitting in a car.
Yeah.
And it's like really dramatic and has these big close-ups.
Well, you think he's gonna like kill him or do something.
I don't know what it's supposed to mean.
He'll straight up just stare at people for like 60s. Like there's a point where he's like staring at this woman, and the boyfriend comes out and's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And you think like, "Oh, is he gonna like kill him?" And then it like flips back and forth between them and him for like 5 minutes. And they're like, "Come on, boss, we gotta go." Then it's like, is it like he could snap and kill anybody, but he doesn't kill these people? Is he longing for a life with the child? Is that what he wanted? Is that the idea that they were going for? Like he longs to have a nice car and a girlfriend, and
I don't know.
He longs to have a boy to play catch with?
I don't know.
Because they also want
maybe.
It was like a great.
He talks about how he
tragedy.
doesn't have choice at the end. How he didn't have a choice in getting in the cartel at the end. So maybe that's the implication, but it's not told very well.
But then the moral of the story, Liam Neeson throws a gun to him and says, "Now you have a choice to fucking kill yourself," and then he does. It's like, well, okay.
You have the choice to bleed out or kill yourself.
What an amazing fucking choice. Liam Neeson finally gave him a choice. I mean, he's fucking gonna die anyways, either way, but...
You know what's even more
Really
contrived than the part where they stand on the bridge for 12 hours or the fucking
well, how do
credit
we know
card
it's just
hacking?
12? We could have been there for days.
It could have been days.
Yeah.
Somehow they found some random cop. They like got ahead of Liam Neeson somehow without spotting him. Bribed some random cop to pull them over on some empty dirt road. Somehow this cop, like, how did they know that this cop would find Liam Neeson? Were they like, just in case you see this guy, here's 10 grand? Or what? Like, they got ahead of Liam Neeson somehow. Was this guy already like a cartel man?
Well, it was like
That wasn't really the
movie.
implication.
I mean, we don't really get a good sense of where they are in their road trip because they're in Texas and then there's just a couple scenes of them driving and then all of a sudden they're in Chicago. So, I mean, you're essentially traveling 95% of the United States. And we don't see that progression at all.
No, like it all
knows?
takes place in like Texas.
Maybe this was like a Texas cop that was paid off and then
after they
it
kill
was smooth sailing up to Chicago.
after they kill all the cartel people in Texas, it basically they get in some stranger's car and then it cuts to them in Chicago. Then Liam Neeson gets on the bus and presumably dies.
Why would Liam Neeson die when he gets on the bus?
Because he got shanked by the Mexican guy. He was covered in blood and he was breathing heavy and pale and he just like leaned sideways on the bus. Thought the implication was that he just got the kid there and then croaked out on the bus. So some fucking
No, because he drops him off at the damn Mexican. He drops him off.
He
in
does,
Chicago.
and then after that he gets on the bus.
Oh.
He clutches his chest is covered in blood, and he goes, "Ugh." I don't know if the implication is that he's so strong and powerful and manly that he survives and goes on to restart his life, or
So he was able to like drive the kid all the way to Chicago, figure out where this family was and everything.
And then he finally
And then finally the blood was too much.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know if he dies. I guess it's left open to interpretation, like a
ambiguous,
David
like a-
Fincher movie.
Yeah, this movie also ripped off David Fincher.
But yeah, the movie's basically Sonic the Hedgehog, but with guns.
Sonic the Hedgehog,
And
True Grit.
A legal alien instead of a space alien.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, if you look at it very generally, if you boil it down to man gets an
Small town man gets a little alien friend and they don't get along at first, but they go on a road trip and they're chased by far more technologically superior foes who want the little boy for...
That is true. Liam Neeson doesn't
some
use his cell
purpose.
phone, not because he's too old, but because he has no one to call him.
And they have to drive to the big city to get away from the evil,
This movie is
technologically advanced villains. It's literally Sonic the Hedgehog, but Liam Neeson pops
But wait,
some
how are
guys.
the Mexicans more technologically advanced? Oh, because they have the two computers.
Because they have
screen
cell
Windows
phones and
10.
2 computers.
Well, they have one computer with 2 monitors.
Right, they have a dual monitor. Liam Neeson doesn't have a phone.
He doesn't even have a single monitor. Yeah, Liam Neeson, they do have some boomer shit like that, where he goes to the gas station and he's like, I need an almanac. She's like, what? Or an atlas. And she's like, what? What's an atlas? And he's like, it's like a map. And she's like, don't you just use your cell phone? And he's like, cell phones are
bad.
Phone bad. She's like, oh, I happen to have an atlas sitting right here. And then he grabs the atlas and he's like, how much is it? She's like, oh, it's old, so it doesn't have
It's
a price
so
tag.
ancient it doesn't have a price tag.
So he's like, okay, I'll just take this shit for free, 5-figure discount. Then he leaves with it, and then the kid's like, why don't you have a cell phone? And he's like, it's not that I'm too old. It's not because I'm old. Stop saying people don't have cell phones because they're old. Some people just don't need a cell phone. They happen to be old. Like, there's no correlation. Fuck you, Liam Neeson. You're not too smart for a damn cell phone. You're fucking a boomer. We get it.
Yeah. Liam Neeson is on some scam shit where he's just gonna make Taken knockoffs for the rest of the time, and they're gonna do moderately well and be made for nothing.
Yeah.
This movie and The Honest Thief were made by the same people, basically, so these came out like 3 months apart.
Yeah, well, the director and the producer tag team switched roles, and then the director of The Honest Thief is already working on another film with Liam Neeson, with the guy who directed this one producing, so...
And didn't they make one previously, that one where Liam Neeson was the snow truck driver? Like last year or something? I thought you said something like that.
Oh no, Ice Snow Truckers is coming out in like 2 years, or is the following one.
Because there's that version of Taken...
Run All Night.
No. There's that one where Liam Neeson is like the plow driver and his daughter goes missing. We didn't see it. I tried to get you to see it. You said that looks fucking terrible, so we didn't see it. But it's Liam Neeson, but he's a plow truck driver, and some people kidnap his daughter, and he has to go shoot him.
I thought you were talking about Run All Night, which is also taken ripoff with Liam Neeson, one of our first.
But they kidnapped his son instead. Yeah.
I didn't remember that. The only thing I remember is they thought it was impressive. They did like a slow-mo shot of him like flipping the gun around and cocking it like in the middle of the air.
Also, I thought Liam Neeson was like on some pacifism bullshit in all his movies. Like Honest Thief didn't have him killing anyone. He doesn't do shit in that movie. He just stands around talking and making empty threats. This movie fucking murks 5 guys.
Yeah, all 5
What's
villains.
up, Liam Neeson? What's up?
Why are the villains not threatening in this movie at all? Like, they're never threatening. They're just like 5 fucking guys.
They're not even like...
They're like, we're cartel. But they're like
Liam
clean,
Neeson and the cartel,
nice.
literally, up until the scene where Liam Neeson murks them all, they're pretty much never in the same place. Like, they shoot at each other in the start, then Liam Neeson goes somewhere and they show up right after he does.
The main
and
guy...
by the time he gets there, he's already found out that they're coming and he's escaped. And the main guy has a goofy-ass band-aid on his face and the other 3 are fucking fat.
Yeah, the main villain looks super clean. He doesn't look like a dirty, like, evil. They don't make him look super, like, dirty or evil. He doesn't have, like, a grill or, like, a face tattoo or anything.
Yeah, one of his minions has a giant snake face tattoo. Yeah. It's the one that stood on the bridge, but nobody called the cops on him.
Yeah, I think, like, the main villain looks like Pitbull, but he dresses like Nelly, circa 2004. He's got the Band-Aid on his face. He wears wife beaters all the time. So you kind of got a fucking mixture of Mr. Worldwide and Mr. Hot in here. I thought it was a pretty cool combo.
Yeah.
So Aiden, what did you think of this movie?
Yeah, I think I about said everything that had to be said. It's very if you've seen Honest Thief or Taken 2 or Taken 3 or Run All Night or the Slowpoke movie or Honest Thief, then you've seen this movie. And also if you've seen Sonic the Hedgehog,
or if you've seen True Grit,
any cowboy
either
movie.
version.
It's the generic new Liam Neeson format. It's very meh. It's perhaps just like the most existent movie ever. I got no emotion in any direction. It's incredibly uninteresting. It's incredibly bland, generic, dull. It's Yep, so Connor, would you recommend The Marksman? I almost called it The Gunman, which was that other movie.
Who did The Gunman? That was fucking...
Sean Penn.
Sean Penn, that's right.
It was just taken with Sean Penn, and it was produced by Amazon, but came to theaters for some reason.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
That review of ours that had 0 views for like 5 fucking years.
Yeah,
and then I watched it and it's 3 minutes of us arguing about The Gunman for some reason and we uploaded it. We gotta link that video at the end because I watched that and I was like, what the fuck were we on posting this shitty ass review? I didn't grasp anything about the gunman in that review. It's just,
there's nothing to grasp.
we just like turn it on and then for some reason we immediately start arguing and then we're like, the gunman's fucking garbage. And then that's the whole video. And then
I'm pretty
zero
sure-
fucking views. I'm pretty sure zero fucking views until like this year. And I watched it because I was like, I don't remember making this video. I don't even remember the fucking gunman.
From what I remember, I edited that one. I think the total length of the review was like 8 minutes, but I just cut out the entire review and just made it the argument that the gunman sucks.
It's pretty funny.
So it's literally just 3 minutes. But yeah, like it was our lowest viewed video for ages. It literally up.
Now it's tied with Home.
It's been like, it's been like 5.
I like our.
It's been like 5 years having 0 views.
I like
and now
our-
it has like 2, just like Home does.
At Home, I think it might still be at 1. I like how all of our. I like how we're like 16 or 17 earliest videos literally have no fucking views to this day.
Well, Chappie has like 15.
There's some of them. No, Chappie has like 40 something. Like some of them actually did. Leave It to Beaver's
The
like,
Leave It to
400.
Beaver one, yeah.
Leave It to Beaver X Jurassic World. What an interesting pair.
Leave It to Beaver is the one listed first, so Jurassic World doesn't
No,
even show
It
up.
was Jurassic World at first, and then people kept commenting about Leave It to Beaver. We just assumed it had to have been Leave It to Beaver. There's no way. Like,
Yeah.
we posted that right when the first Jurassic World came out, and it was our shitty old format of us just sitting in front of a laptop with me playing fucking Titanfall.
Yeah, you can hear the
You
sticks
can hear the
clicking.
fucking sticks clicking because I'm going hard on some Titanfall because it's 2014. And you're sitting there fucking chatting on. It's like a 6-minute video of us not knowing how to even fucking review movies. We're like, yeah, pretty good. It looked good. I like the actors of the movie. It was good. Didn't know how to talk about the movies, so the reviews were all garbage. But then for some reason I ranted on about Leave It to Beaver, and then the video got like 400 views. So we're like, okay, we'll just make it Leave It to Beaver X Jurassic World.
Anyway. So did you recommend the movie?
Did you recommend it? Wait, did you ask me?
I asked you. I think you
Okay.
just got off on a tangent.
We did get off on a tangent about the gunman. No, you got off on the tangent, so maybe I asked you. I don't recommend the movie. Did you recommend the movie?
No, don't watch The Marksman.
If anything, honestly, like, just watch fucking The Honest Thief if you're gonna watch one of these. Or watch just Taken, or just don't watch them because they're all shitty.
Yeah, they're all terrible.
My favorite movie with Liam Neeson in it of the last like 5 years is The Last Jedi, and it's just because Liam Neeson makes such garbage these days. Not The Last Jedi, what's that stupid ass fucking Star Wars movie they made last year?
What are you talking about?
I'm tired, it's been a long
There's
day.
another Star Wars movie?
Last year, The Last Rise of Skywalker.